Hi everybody, it's Honest John again. Now, full disclosure, I'm an atheist. But most of the people I know are religious people. Mostly Christians, although quite a few Jews and even some Muslims. And they are really good people. If I didn't think they were good people, they wouldn't be friends of mine. They are not religious crazies or bigots. They don't claim to have a special connection with God or use their religion to justify hatred. They are normal people trying to lead good lives, and as such I respect them deeply. But then we have other religious people that I don't respect at all. Creationists, science deniers, yeah, you young earth Christians, you. Religious bigots, and those who would try to impose their religious beliefs on others. And I despise religious fanatics who are willing to do unspeakable acts to make their perverse and evil God smile. Those people I have no use for at all. Which brings me to Kim Davis, who claims that her deeply held religious views prevent her from giving out marriage licenses to gay people. It's interesting that her deeply held religious views only seem to apply to that. They have been notably absent in her personal life. If there was one thing Jesus was adamant about, it was divorce. For him, divorce was simply unacceptable. Kim Davis has been married 4 times, which means she's gotten divorced 3 times. What happened to her deeply held religious principles there? And while she was married to her 2nd husband, she was fucking her 4th husband. She didn't stand up for her deeply held religious principles. As a matter of fact, what she did was she lay down and spread her legs. And by the way, have you seen the guy she wound up with, her 4th husband? Obviously, she's been working her way down the evolutionary chain. But the point I'm making is that if you look at Kim Davis, there is no evidence that her life has been guided at all by any fundamental moral principles. So her deeply held religious principles are things she applies to others, but not to herself. Just as in the Hobby Lobby case, their deeply held religious beliefs prevented them from providing birth control to their employees. But they didn't prevent them from investing and profiting in companies that manufactured those same birth control medications. And yet the Supreme Court found in favor of those hypocrites. And then there's the Duggar family, whose deeply held religious principles went out the window when their son Josh started diddling his sisters and the neighbors' children. And Mike Huckabee, who is deeply held religious principles make him speak out against gay marriage, but not so much about pedophilia. So let's make a rule. Let's make a rule from now on that you can't talk about your deeply held religious principles unless you live by them. Thanks for listening.